So we're back. Sorry if we. It feels like we had a few connection problems. So we're back, and we will have a countdown, so everybody knows when the time is over.
Okay, so what happened in the game? So, Florian is casting an Azusa that gets remanded. So as you can see, he has a Boros Garrison on the battlefield, which is a bounce land. It's key with Azusa for his engine of playing and using Gas Cradle multiple times in a turn, where you can tap it, bounce it, and replay the cradle. It leads to very, very explosive turns where you can go like 15 mana or even more in the same turn and kill from a small board. Not nowhere, like
he's not 20 your turn. It's not out of nowhere.
And yeah, like the bounce land are just such a great card advantage thing as well.
Yeah, they were pretty broken in Pauper. Like they led to the banning of tons of cards in Pauper, including Cloud of Fairies, which was the most recent DC from this. I'm sad. I used to love to play Storm in Pauper.
You can do a very cool thing with bounce land. It's both a card advantage engine. Like as you can see, even if Mundus was on the play, because it reduces the number of lands he has in play, he could still activate his Wayfarer, despite.
Yes, and Wayfarer is a very potent card.
Yeah.
Decks such as this one. It looks like with Azusa and such, he kind of relies on his lands. Like, he has tons of interaction with his lands. You don't play Azusa out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. He's gonna get Cavern. Like, Cradle is fantastic in his deck. It's like the best card, I think. But it's also not really at his best in this matchup. So, yeah, he's gonna get Cavern and try to resolve something.
So he has one red floating at the moment.
Correct.
He could be resolving Marath, or
what did he name on Cavern? I'm gonna
guess
get
human.
back and
It's human, I guess, right? Azusa lost but seeking. So yeah, he named human and not monk.
yeah, I mean, it could have been elemental as well. It's maybe he didn't care that much about resolving the Azusa and wanted to have the Marat for a long term. That was
okay. So and what was the last card? Was it Earthcraft?
Yeah, that was Earthcraft. So really, really powerful card that's able to make basically all your creature taps for mana, even the turns they come into play.
Which is also banned in Legacy.
Yeah, I mean, probably shouldn't because it's a bit slow for the format, but on the one hand, I understand the talk about Skull Clamp, but
the fact that it is restricting to basic lands really makes it not that broken compared to other cards like this.
Well, in Legacy you can play a lot of Utopia Sprawl and what's the other one? There is one that makes only green.
Growth? Or
Wild Growth.
Yeah.
And but in EDH you only have 2 of those. You can also play some stuff like Fertile Ground, but they are more expensive. Okay, so
anyways, the Earthcraft got mana leaked, so it's counter unless Florian pays 3, which he couldn't. And no, Alexei just content playing Drogo. So Tasigur is really hard control, right?
Okay, so Florian bounced his Cavern to reset it. So that's one of the great interaction with bounce land. So now he's going to be able to play Marat with Cavern, so it's uncontrollable. I assume it names Beast, maybe Elemental, I'm not sure, it depends on his exact decklist. Beast also works for Crater Roof Behemoth, and Elemental would work for, I don't know. Is Titania an Elemental?
No, she's a human.
No, it's only Token Elemental? I'm not sure.
Yeah, Titania is definitely Titania herself, right?
He is an elemental.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, because isn't she a goddess or something? And it's like
true.
like the physical representation. I'm not sure about
that's
the
what
lore.
an elemental is. So what did he play here? Is it the pattern of Rebirth?
Yeah, he has Pattern of Rebirth in his list, but no, he has no Emrakul or Infinite Combo. Just Crater Roof Behemoth. I mean,
So Pattern of Rebirth is just here as a value card.
yes, but well, you can get some. Well, it got dissolved.
Isn't that, by the way, isn't that scary to play a pattern like this against Tasigur?
Well, it is a little bit, but he played it on his Wayfarer, which is basically a 1/1 with no ability anymore because now he
Yeah,
has
he's
seven.
so far ahead on lands.
Yeah, but Alexis still has a lot of cards in hand. Like this game is, even though well, the land advantage is huge because it means that Florian will be able to keep playing Marat over and over, and it's really going to be hard for Alexis to keep up with that long term.
Yeah, the fact that the commander comes back so much really is the defining trait of the format. Like the games get very grindy, but you never run out of things to do.
Well, some commanders gets not that great in the late game, but that's definitely not the case of Marat.
Yeah, he's part of the cycle. It was Commander 2013, whereas they get an effect for the mana cost they were played
Well,
with.
not all of them
You sure?
did that, but there were a couple.
Yeah, there was Prush, Marath, Animar, I think.
No, not Anima. It was on
Oh,
the
it was
previous
before.
one, but you have like the Grixis one, but
Yeah,
I'm
then
not
you
even
have
sure the
Oloro,
name.
which doesn't matter.
yeah, it wasn't really. It's really about Marat. Like even Prush, and you get some more tokens, but that doesn't matter that much.
Well,
I guess it did matter for the food chain combo when that was illegal.
Oh, Fuchin got banned?
Yeah, food chain is banned
Okay.
because I think Prush was a little bit too oppressive because you had like one card. You were playing black with all the tutors, and you had a one card infinite combo with your general.
Okay,
3
so
mana.
it's a bit strong.
Okay.
Okay, I agree.
So draw 3 cards.
So
That's
we get
pretty
an
good.
Ancestral Recall, except it's a bit cheaper to buy. It's like 10 cents, right?
Yeah, I mean,
The budget recall, which just function as well as original recall.
I'm sure you can get a foil one not too expensive. Since it's banned in pretty much everything.
I bought one foil in Japan before the ban list. Like December last year, I went there for GP Shizuoka, and it was not cheap.
Yeah, but-
let me just say that. No, I think it got down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That it was expensive before, but now it's only legal in standard and one off in vintage.
Yeah, it's only gone stellar for 3 more weeks.
Yeah, okay. So very soon it's going to be only vintage and commander.
Yeah, maybe. Well, it's banned in Pauper as well. I guess it can go back. You know, in a few years, the foils will be worth money. It's like Merchant Scroll. It's one of the most expensive foils you can find because it's so hard to get a foil Merchant Scroll for your vintage deck. So yeah, maybe it will go back someday. And well, while we're talking and you were moving, I think we got the game got done with. So okay, there was a hoof. I just see that on the corner. So hoof came, little hoofy, uncounterable thanks to the cavern on Beast. So let's show little hoofy
Okay, so he just credit off him
Yeah.
out of the game. So
with a token.
not usually the most reliable kill against Tasigur because of so many counter spells, but Cavern is very powerful in the matchup, and
Yeah, the two activation of Weather the Wayfarer really made a huge difference in this game.
I mean the bounce lands were fantastic. Like
Yeah, but he found them with the Wayfarer, right?
did he find both of them?
I
At
think
least
he found one bounce land and the cavern.
Yes.
So
So bounce land, yeah, the Wayfarer was the whole game. He had the Azula, he was able to make it uncounterable, and just
Okay.
he was so far ahead on mana that it was. If he had some good thing to play uncontrollable, then it was. Alexi couldn't keep up with that. Yeah, that's what happened. He had the Crater of Behemoth, and it was good enough.
yeah, so they are both undefeated at the moment, of course.
Yeah, they are 2-0, so
Yeah,
we're only round 3. But
undefeated. Undefeated without draws, because I know a few guys who were undefeated last DTC. A guy named Alexander
no.
Orejakt who ended up undefeated. He had 4 draws and 4
Yeah,
wins.
that's not really undefeated. Like you could call someone undefeated with 1 draw, but 2 draw, you're not undefeated. Come on.
Yeah. You get defeated by the clock.
Yeah, that's one good way to look at it.
So, the approach for Mares versus Tassigur, I guess Tassigur's goal is to kill everything in sight. Tassigur has a lot of removal, right? Does he play Disfigure?
Maybe not as. Let me take a look at the list, but
Oh yeah, we have the list.
but is most likely not playing this figure. It's like when
It's
one
very
of the kill
situational.
one of the things you really want to kill is Yizan. It's a 2/3. That's
Yeah.
really awkward.
It's only 8 players.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like a very expected deck. Like you need to be ready for the matchup, or you're gonna lose to it. And yeah, I don't think he's playing.
I'm
this
in love
figure.
with Florian. He printed his deck list
Well,
with a computer.
well, you won't do that in Commander. Like I've listed my deck a couple of times with pen and paper, and
and then you stop.
yeah, not anymore.
So we have the creatures listed by converted mana cost.
yeah,
It's
I mean,
perfect.
it's just how
Oh,
it's.
sorry.
Okay, so
How people do it.
game 2 started. Looks like we got a couple fetch lands.
And we get Mundist in the name on the overlay. So, which one is that?
It's Marsh Flats, I believe. Is it Verdant Catacombs? Yeah,
It
he's
looks
had
like a
his-
Verdant Catacombs.
Okay, so he played a Wild Growth on his basic forest. So if he has a Nurse Grass, that could get crazy real fast.
So, what was the turn one? By the way?
Wild Growth,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, let's see.
So I'm looking at his list and it's just chock full of tutors.
Yeah, I mean he has lots of mana, lots of tutors, and a lot of ways to do that. Do more mana, have bounce lands, and so he's gonna force spike the Wild Growth.
Oh, well, it would have been very bad for him. And then we get FNM Gitaxian Probe. So yeah, I'm looking at Florian's list right now, and you see Expedition Map, Birthing Pad, Summoner's Pack, Crop Rotation, Edam's Call, Cut Off Calling, Rinse and Dean, Sylvan's Crying.
Yeah, you play every.
Like, all
pretty
his
much.
deck is tutors.
Okay, there is one. Look at that.
Yeah, I don't know the card, so I didn't read it. What is this? It would be a surprise if you play this.
Show it on screen. It's like a doozy. It's a doozy. It's not sure about. He called it his carnival card, but he's playing Primal Surge in his deck.
So he has 4 sorceries, 4 instants, and that's it.
Yeah,
The rest of his deck, this card is like play 10 cards, right?
yeah. So I don't know how many cards in on average, but you only have. Well, you don't count the Primal Surge itself, and you can draw some, so you will most likely have only 7 or 6 cards in your library that stops it. So. You can get some really good value out of it. I guess sometimes 10 mana do exactly nothing, but
I'll show the FNM 4 spike because it has a a good fail.
So well, he played a 7th edition foil. Like you gotta respect that.
So, well, sorry, by the way, if you
Okay,
have...
so Merchant Scroll for Intuition, Chain Tutors. Intuition can get some really good packs in Tassigur with Loam in general.
Okay, so Intuition in a one-off format, how do you play it? Because I'm used to play Intuition to get 3 times the same card.
You can sometimes get like Damnation, Languish, and Toxic Deluge if you really want to
Okay, you
Wrath.
can get a Wrath package, you can get a branding package, maybe?
He's not playing Eternal Witness, but he's playing Snapcaster Maze and Jace Prince Prodigy, so he could get those two and like something he really wants. You can get some card draw package with like Dig, Treasure Cruise, and I don't know, Jace the Man Sculptor, something like that. Factor of Fiction. Same as Color Spell, but it's like only one a bit clunky tutor. If you really want to get some powerful thing, you can get paired with Loam. Like, for example, a cycle land such as
Baron Moore.
Baron Moore,
It
Tranquil
doesn't pay bad luck. Yeah.
Tranquil Ticket, something like that. and Life from the Loam.
Yeah, that's a good place. Yeah, so you can get a grinding package to draw a lot of cards.
Okay, it seems like he transmuted Tolki, which is something you used to do in Bloom Titan.
I guess it will be for Pact, Black Pact.
This is a possibility.
There is a Rofellos on board. Like, do you really want to have him untap with Rofellos?
You kind of have to, but Slaughterback is not a very common card played in EDH because it looks like he went for Urborg. That's interesting. It seems like he has some mana issues. Why isn't
Slaughterback that played in EDH, by the way?
I'm sorry?
Why isn't Slaughterback usual card in EDH?
Well, you don't want to play too many removals because you have commanders such as Geist or Narset, which you can't kill. And when you play removal, you really want it to kill everything. Like, you cannot kill Tasigur, which is the most played commander, which is kind of a big deal.
So you cannot kill Tasigur, you cannot kill Geist, you cannot kill Narset. So
I mean, it's alright, but
because you don't play Doomblade and such either. You don't really play.
You try to play the more unconditional one.
It's actually get much more unconditionals than Doomblade outside of Tasigur.
Yeah, I mean it's a big issue. Like usually when you want to get something that doesn't kill Tasigur, you try to get something that costs only 1 mana. Some cards such as Ulcerate sees a lot more play in EDH than in other formats because it only costs 1 mana, and even though it doesn't kill Tasigur, it will kill Yizan or a mana elf very efficiently, and since you have 30 life, it's not as big of a deal to take 3 damage.
I see.
Okay, so it seems like it untapped with Rofellos. That turn can get crazy. He's going to have up to 6 mana this turn. What are we going to see?
He could go higher with Asusa, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, Asusa is going to cost some mana, but yeah, he could.
He can find a way.
Well, I guess if he plays Azusa, plays 2 more forests, then he has 7 mana and still has So that's he can go really crazy. Let's see. Even if he has just a Primeval Titan, I mean, just a Primeval Titan. I know.
There's a casual Titan,
okay,
and it's just Marath Go, but with the possibility to make free plant tokens.
Yeah, so Marath is like kind of not weak to removal now, and Alexei is going to need a Wrath would be pretty good, but only kills 2 things. So he's going to pass the turn, and at the end of turn, Mundus is going to make 3 tokens with Marat, and Alexei is going to go for the throat.
Okay, so Marat transforms into counters, and go for the throat. Takes care of the Rofellos. I didn't even know there was an FNM go for the throat.
No, it's pretty nice. It's much better than the other.
As an angry vampire? And the angry vampire is real nice as well.
I like this one more.
Kill the other. No, she's like real angry. You can feel it. Yeah, it's pretty much the same art, like the same dynamic in the art.
Yeah, that is true, but I don't know. I think it's just leaner. I don't know. I feel like it's better. I don't really like the...
I like the madness in the eyes.
The vampire is fine, but like the other... I don't know.
It looks like a vampire too, to be honest.
Yeah, it's
just a smooth
vampire. It is some kind of art. Okay, so what is happening? It's playing a Pattern of Rebirth on one of the tokens.
Is that really that dangerous? He could get decayed here, but you would have to decay a token?
I mean, if Alexei wants to spend a removal on the token, it's fine.
Yeah,
well, if he had one, he definitely would have, because it's just so dangerous. Now, if Florian is able to play Marat with 1 mana up, he could just kill the token and get 1 creature right now. So, let's see. What could he have that it would be very powerful? Yes, Quarter would be Behemoth if it's little, but let's assume it's not.
Oh, he's playing Mina and then Wildborn.
Yeah, I mean,
not for the beatdown.
I told you he's playing all the extra land, like even if and he even has a bounce your own cradle attached to it. So Mina and then is very good at generating like 15-ish mana if that's what you want to do with your deck.
Not bad. So Alexei just goes for Tasigur and passes the turn. it kind of stops the plant beatdown. Well, one of them is gonna get to attack for free.
Yeah, so the three big targets for pattern are Primeval Titan, Regal Force, and Craterhoof Behemoth. Yes, some other targets that are available if you want to go more on some kind of combo, because I know there are a couple infinite combo. Okay, so Forbid without buyback on the Eladamri Skull.
Eladamari?
Eladamri.
I haven't played that.
Well,
but the name is just too hard to type.
so you can just get a creature.
Yeah.
That's very powerful in this deck. Might have. Okay, so this is a Sketchroud Ranger. Okay, he chose not to attack with.
The 1/1. Maybe he wants to block with it.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Like, I
He's
see
not
that
gonna-
21. Florian is more a combo deck. Is rarely going to.
Well, if it's a combo with Craterhoof, it's still a combo
So
which attacks.
One very important card in the matchup is Upheaval on Alex's side, obviously, because if Florian is able to get a lot of lands into play and get ahead on mana long term, like with lands, because creature can die to wrath, obviously, then Upheaval is really strong because.
So what exactly happened here? Because
Okay, so-
there was a bounce land. It's a green-white bounce land, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he made a mana, played the bounce land, plays another land, I think.
He played the land thanks to the Skyshroud Ranger.
Okay.
So he has 5 or 6 mana in pool, I'm not sure. I believe I see Mina and then Wildborn in his hand. He has some mana in the pool.
Or maybe just, I think he playing Marat.
Yes,
And pinging your token.
Yeah, that sounds like the most. Is Craterhoof lethal? I don't think so. Well, it's just going to hardcast Force of Will.
So it was Maras replayed?
Yeah, it was Maras. So that has been played 2 times and now costs 7 mana.
Force of Will. The good old one. So Alexis has 3 cards in hand at the moment. His graveyard is Go for the Throat, Forbid, Force of Will, and 2 lands. So Darsigur will have trouble really creating value. He'll be able to hit his land drops, but that's it. And with his 3 cards, he's gonna be hard pressed to, let's say, to just handle the Maras being constantly recast.
Yeah, I mean that's why I said Upheaval is
The
so
solution.
important, because that's you can miscalculation, like it's so late in the game. It's going to be able to intuition. What is he gonna get?
So Miscal here was really good because, as you told me this morning, in Commander, Miscal gets way better because you recast your commander continuously.
Yeah, so even very late in the game, you're still usually able to counter something, despite your opponent having many lands, because they usually are recasting their commander for 7, 8, or even more mana sometimes.
The intuition, so we get a loam package. I guess he's gonna get a wasteland and try to attack
Well,
Moon's
it
mana
could, but Florian has already a lot of land, so
but he needs 9 mana to recast Mara.
I don't know. Let's see.
It's also pretty good against bounce lands.
I don't really think getting using it as a tutor for 1 card with getting 3 similar cards is going to be good enough. So I would go for the loam package as well with
But it's a loam package with wasteland.
loam, wasteland, and the cycle land. So it will allow Alexi to keep using loam every turn and still draw a card.
Yeah, he also already has 2 lands in the graveyard, so he will be able to get full value. of the
Yeah, I
land.
mean the lands are not like it. It's good for him to have more lands, but it's not a huge deal.
He needs 1 to cast Upheaval anyways.
Yeah.
So loam, still the king. People say it's unfair to draw 3 cards for 1 mana, but for 2 it's okay. It's only lands.
Yeah, only land. Yeah,
It's only lands, you know, lands that cycle.
Lom's not bad. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, Lom is fair. It's fair game. I love this card. It's a very good sideboard card in Delver.
Okay, so I believe we see Florian's hand, which has
I was like,
Primeval
is this cooking
Titan.
already?
Primeval Titan and Mina and then Wildborn. So one thing Florian can do next turn is play Primeval Titan and a bounce land and play Primeval Titan, get a bounce land in Cradle, bounce the Cradle, and play it immediately. Play Mina and then. I'm not sure if he has exactly the right color mana, but if he has, he could bounce the Cradle and play it again and have 2 activations of Cradle next turn. I'm not so sure what he can do with that because it's a lot of green mana and Marat needs white and red, but that's just one.
Maybe he can get white and red somewhere in between.
Well, that's why.
Alexei is starting to attack the mana base.
Okay, one important thing. Oh, Skyshroud Ranger is only sorcery.
Yes.
But there is one very similar card, Sakura Tribe Scout, which is instant speed. And one very cool thing that the card can do is if you have a bounce in your hand, you can save your land from a wasteland.
Bounce in response. So we get the TT.
Primeval Titan. Will it resolve? It would not be good for Alexei, who was trying to wasteland Florian. And
you don't have to bluff in that spot, Alexei. Either you have a counter and you use it, or you don't and it resolves.
yeah, I mean, he could be thinking about like some card draw spell or something like that.
So we get the Titan getting. Do you really get Cradle in the face of Wasteland? By the way, you just get Cradle, and then you don't play it twice. Maybe you only play it once more, so that you get it in your hand, and so it doesn't get Wastelanded next turn.
Let's see. Well, this is the one thing he could do. He could just go get some normal lands as well, just to get ahead on lands and not have something in particular that is.
Boomsland Cradle looks pretty sweet though.
Yeah, like it depends what he wants to do with his mana. Getting Wasteland is not like how much mana.
It's true that.
Well, I believe it doesn't have enough. Yeah, he only had just the 6 mana for the Titan. If you play a Titan and have 8 mana and still have your land drop for the turn, what you can do is leave open 1 red and 1 white, get Slayer Stronghold and a bounce land.
Give it haste.
Bounce the Slayer Stronghold, replay it, give the Titan haste and vigilance, and that's very powerful play that used to be played in Bloom Titan in Modern when that was legal. And I know Florian is playing Slayer Stronghold.
So it's Cradle and Cavern of Souls. So he's ready to just lose his Cradle?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's a big issue for. It's not free for Alexei to dredge.
Sure. Beast. So the Cavern of Souls is on Beast. It's for Marath and the Hoof.
Yeah, that's the most.
Thank God Primeval has a different type, because if Primeval, Hoof, and Marath were the same type, the Cavern would get really silly.
Let's see. Is there any other beast? Is Regale Force a beast? I believe it's an elemental.
It doesn't really look like a beast for sure.
Well, it doesn't really look like anything.
Yeah, but its trigger.
Well, you have Mirror Entity, which is a beast, among many other things.
I'm looking, but yeah.
I don't think.
Regale Force is an elemental.
Okay. So only Crater Roof and Marat, but
yeah, if Alexei goes for Loam, Wasteland, the Cradle, Florian has the mana, I think, to cast Marat's Uncounterable.
Okay, so he decided not to go for it and trying to draw a solution, and it seems like he didn't get there and just played a Tolai West for the turn and passed. So Florian does have a lot of mana.
He has infinite mana and an Uncounterable Marath.
Yeah, and
this is looking pretty grim for Alexei.
I don't know, Alexei might have a Mindbreak Trap and Exile Maras. That's a possibility. That gets around Cavern of Souls.
True, but if this Maras resolve, he can just ping the token, get Crater Hoof and win, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's lethal, so you would have 5 creatures in play, 4 with... I mean, no, actually 6 creatures in play, 5 of... Yeah, I mean, that's well over lethal. It's like 45 damage, something like that. Trample, so Alexi only on 19.
So he's gonna play.
So
it was a Dryad Arbor, by the way.
Yeah, he has a Dryad Arbor, which
the good old trap art.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. Like,
but yeah, it gets pumped by the hoof, and it counts with the hoofs.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't really matter here. Like he had enough mana with Cradle.
So he's playing my Wrath as a 7/7. It goes down to 6. Ping the 1/1. Get the good old Crater Hoof. And likely win. Does Alexi play Fog?
Not Fog, but he could have Stifle.
Yeah, Stifle the Hoof trigger and then Wrath.
I guess if he had Stifle, he still would have played Stifle on the. On the pattern.
Yeah, you don't want the hoof
but
being on the board.
What you would need is... Oh yeah, that's game over. He would have needed a Stifle and...
he had a Toxic Deluge, which it chose not to play because of the pattern, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it was between a rock and a hard place. I guess it wasn't that great for Florian if he plays the Toxic Deluge. Alexi was very scared, but...
I think he was scared of an Emrakul.
Yeah, something like that, which obviously couldn't really beat, but there was not much that was good to get for Florian. Cradle Behemoth would not have been good. Regale Force on an empty board, not great.
It's other green creatures, I think. Maybe it's an Elvish Visionary.
I think not, but it's still not great.
Yeah, it's a fat Elvish Visionary.
I guess the best thing was Eternal Witness, but
yeah,
with Primeval Titan are still on the deck.
That's quite low ball.
Yeah,
Witness
there was
pattern.
Titania as well, which should have been good. Get back a fetch. Fetch, attack for 10. I mean,
it was only at 19, so yeah, it would likely have been Titania. So I guess Toxic Deluge...
Not lethal, but Alexi would have been pretty low on life, and...
Yeah, Titania would have been, I would say, Deluge would have been good, but he had no way of knowing it. Like, Florian is making such a weird build of Mara.
I think he should have tried. Like, I don't think he was in a spot where he could really play around things like Emrakul in the deck, but...
Okay. So we'll get a short interview. I'll let you conduct the interview.
Okay, I'll do that.
Since you're the color commentator. What? Okay, so I'll leave you with Moondust and Lizard. Not this one. This one.
Alright.
And no, you have the right to keep your name. I'm the one without a name now. And I'll see if we can get another match.
See you soon.
Thanks.
Hi there.
Hey.
Alright, so it's I guess our first winner's interview since last interview was after a draw, but yeah, so you showed your new decklist format with the elves on very explosive, and it was very impressive against Tasuga, which... Is it, how good the matchup do you think it is?
I try to do my best to beat Tasuga, but it's still even because Tasuga is so busted, you know.
Okay, yeah.
But I good draws and yes, and Crater Roof for the win.
Yeah, you did some pretty cool stuff in game 1 with Cavern and the Bounce Lands.
Yeah, yeah, really fun.
Very cool to see, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I know, as a Bloom player.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously...
And in game 1 I had a Primal Surge in hand.
Oh, you didn't cast it?
Yeah, I was Crater Roof for Primal Surge. That's why at the end of the game I was flipping the card and it was going to be huge, but well.
Yeah, I did say in the chat you had it just so they could wait for it, expect it. It's unfortunate that we didn't see it, but hopefully we will get you in feature another time and you will get to cast it another time. And it would be great if you just cast it and whiffed on the first card, obviously. But
And the way my opponent was playing, I was pretty sure he had Wrath.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he was searching for intuition to get free Wrath and try to stabilize that way. That's why I play really aggressively on Pattern of Rebirth to prevent that. I'm not sure it's the right play, but still, well, I won, but that's not.
Yeah, it's fine because if he wants to spend a removal spell on token, you're still okay with that trade. And if he didn't, then it was very threatening for him. And well, he showed he had Toxic Deluge in his hand at the end and didn't even cast it.
I think he should have indeed.
Yeah, we discussed that, and I think he should have, but not
He
knowing your
didn't
deck
know
list.
He didn't know I've Titan in hand, but of course my first target would have been Titan. It wasn't stuck in my hand, but I would have found something nice,
Yeah.
like Kisan or I don't know.
Like not knowing your deck list, it's hard, but
Yeah, of course.
you had, we found
it was-
Titania, which was a good target.
Oh, Isan, I think Isan was the main target. Untap with Isan
Okay.
and all that mana was sick.
Yeah, okay, I guess that's it was another option. You have Quarian Ranger to really and what's the other one?
Boywood, Symbiote, and
All
all the ice
like
and
all the
stuff.
untap, so you can get you're not only getting one activation of design if you untap with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
So I guess that's
thank
it.
you.
We'll see you again with round 4. I guess. Do we have time for another feature match?
No, we only have 14 minutes left, so it's really tough, to get a match, get there to come here and
All
play
right.
a full game in like 10 minutes.
Okay, so we're not going to delay the tournament by trying to get another feature match for this round, but we will get back to you with round 4.
3, yeah, round
And
4.
if we get a match that starts that ends early, we will get another one, just not. that late.
I will try to have a rebroadcast of the previous matches, like round 2.
Okay,
before
well, that
waiting,
would be
so
nice.
I'll set this up in the next minutes. See you in a few minutes. Thank you very much. See you later.